And marketing is really fun, and all of these like fun things that you do outside of work and that bring you joy, you can morph into a marketing role, and it can allow you to exercise those muscles that you aren't getting to exercise in sales. And I
Mm.
think that was like the biggest moment for me was like, I love doing the 2 hours of marketing work that I'm doing a week more than I love any second of the sales work that I'm doing.
I love it. Thank you for being so honest. And you've really opened a chapter that I don't think we've ever spoken about on this show. And hopefully for our audience, it's showing you another avenue. But the things that I love about you that you've done there, Mia, is you did a good amount of self reflection, asking yourself, is this for me? Right? Asking what's bringing you that energy, what's really draining that energy, and being able to step back. Because I give an example. I've been coaching somebody a few weeks ago where
Mhm.
they really want to be into sales and they're doing all the trainings, they're doing all the coaching, and it's still not clicking. Sometimes they're not successful in the roles and they're moving from one place to the other. And it's been going on for a long time. And I kind of felt that I was like, I asked them the honest question. I said, is this for you?
Mm.
Like, I know, I've never said to anyone, like, you can't do sales. I
Right.
never say you have to be born for, I don't believe that. You can learn anything you want. But I
Agreed.
felt this person was pushing themselves so to be perfect and get everything right, that was their kind of downfall. And I just said to them, let's forget sales for a moment. Let's forget all of your bill. Let's say all of your bills are paid and you don't have to worry about nothing. If you could do something else, what would that thing be? And they were kind of stumped. And I said, like, what about? So we found is they loved helping people. So I said, what
Mm.
about teaching?
Mm.
Community based stuff. Like, let's just say we can park sales for like another year or 6 months. We can always come back to it. But I
Mm.
think you're draining your energy trying to be perfect in this thing where you can actually go flourish in something else and then come back to it if you want. But
Yep.
I love how you were reflecting and asking yourself those hard questions because, again, we have our ego and we have what we think we should be doing, but being honest with ourselves as to should we really be doing this? That's a hard conversation to have. And I think the other beautiful thing is you taking the courage and saying to them, I don't know if this is for me. And I think that takes a lot of strength to do. And I've done it once or twice in my life. And it takes a lot of cojones to do that, especially when you're hoping things are going good. But I think the beautiful thing that you had with your leadership is what can we do to get you happy? Where can we pivot you? Because I've had that thing where, I've gone through a rep and we've gone to that unfortunate thing called a PIP. And I would say to them, I don't want to put you through this,
Yeah.
but I'm going to have to because it's either going to end in two paths. One, we finally get back on track. We know where we're at and we know we're doing this. Or we get to the end of it and you realize, I'll still get you on track, but you may come to the realization of this isn't for you.
Right.
And I would be happy either way. But if we do get to that track of this isn't for you, let me help you by getting into another department
Mhm.
or let me be a great reference for your next company or role. And I've met a lot of SDRs, and hopefully they still listen and watch to this, that are no longer SDRs, but they've gone into marketing, they've gone into CS, they've gone into founding their own business or something like
Mhm.
that. But I think you have to go through that path and let go of the it has to be perfect in this because everybody else is doing it.
Right.
You have to do it right. But also where Mia is also finding that joy in those 2 hours per week in those projects of doing marketing things. The truth be told, like somebody asked me the other day, like if you weren't doing this, sorry, like sales, coaching and training, what would you do? I said, I'd be podcasting all day, bro. I'd
Yeah.
be making music and doing music videos. I'd be
Mhm.
creating clips and reels. And, somebody DM'd me on Instagram on my profile at happyselling.io, FYI, follow us. And they said, hey, you create some really cool content. And the question was, do you plan all your content or do you do it ad hoc? And I
Mm.
responded to them and I said, everything you're seeing was planned a month ago and scheduled a month ago. And yes, I do ad hoc in between for anything that comes through. And they said, that's really impressive. And they went on to say, we help coaches create content so they don't have to worry about the content creation. And I said, not for me. I said,
Mm.
I actually enjoy creating the clips. I enjoy doing the editing. I love putting the aesthetics. And this is stuff I've learned from marketeers. And I think, oh, let me try and do that and create that. I enjoy this stuff too much to
Mhm.
outsource it to my own detriment because it is hella busy and it does stress me out sometimes. Finding that joy, that's where I can, if I've had a hard week of sales coaching and talking to a lot of salespeople, zoning out for a couple of hours on Canva or on an editing tool or going on to CapCut,
Yes.
I can zone out for hours and just
Mhm.
have fun with that. I don't know. What
Yeah.
about you?
I'm the same way.